General Hospital spoilers. 911 call kicks off Whodunit. Criminal investigation stuns Port Charles? The storm clouds are gathering in Port Charles, and the pieces are falling into place for what could become one of the biggest whodunits General Hospital has delivered in years. Spoilers reveal that an urgent 911 call will set off a criminal investigation that leaves Drew Cain at the center of danger, suspicion, and chaos. When the September 3rd episode airs, viewers will see Anna Devane and Dante Falconeri called into action. The two will be responding to a frantic emergency, one that promises to flip several storylines upside down. At this point, the details remain deliberately vague, but there are two strong possibilities. The first is that this call could tie directly into the shocking discovery of Judge Eva Heron's body. The second, and perhaps even more intriguing, is that the emergency will mark the beginning of a whole new crime, one that leaves Drew fighting for his life. For weeks now, the hints surrounding Drew's future have been ominous. Tension has been building, rivalries have been escalating, and Drew has found himself tangled in multiple messy situations. From dangerous alliances to his own questionable choices, Drew has been making enemies left and right. And in a place like Port Charles, where grudges run deep and revenge is a way of life, those enemies don't tend to wait around for justice to arrive on its own. So, what happens when Drew becomes the target of someone's rage? If this 911 call is indeed about him, it could mean that Drew has finally paid the price for all the risks he's taken. Imagine him being discovered injured, perhaps even left for dead, with no one quite sure who pulled the trigger, swung the weapon, or orchestrated the attack. That would launch a whodunit storyline with plenty of suspects to consider, and Port Charles is never short on suspects. By September 4th, Anna will be teaming up with Harrison Chase to begin the difficult process of sorting through the mess. Their job will be to conduct interviews, gather statements, and try to piece together a timeline of who may have had the motive and the opportunity to go after Drew. This is where things could get really interesting, because Drew's history in Port Charles has positioned him at odds with so many different characters. Could it be someone from his personal life, a scorned partner, or a friend who feels betrayed? Could it be someone tied to his business dealings, who sees Drew as an obstacle standing in the way of power? Or could it be an enemy from the past who has been waiting for the perfect moment to strike? Anna and Chase will have their hands full trying to sort fact from fiction, especially in a town where lying is second nature to almost everyone. But this storyline won't just focus on Drew and the investigation. Spoilers confirm that as the week of September 1st through 5 comes to a close, the ripple effects of this crisis will touch many others in Port Charles. For starters, Trina Robinson will be shaken in a way fans aren't expecting. Something about this emergency, or its aftermath, will rattle her to her core. Could she have stumbled across something connected to the crime? Or will she find herself caught in the emotional fallout of seeing just how dangerous her world has become? Meanwhile, Nina Reeves will once again find herself taking risks. Nina has never been one to sit quietly on the sidelines, and spoilers suggest that she'll be putting herself out there in a big way as this investigation gains steam. Whether she's trying to protect someone, uncover the truth, or simply insert herself where she doesn't belong, Nina's actions could either help the investigation or complicate it further. And then there's Alexis Davis, who will be blindsided by shocking news. Given her profession and her deep connections throughout Port Charles, Alexis may find herself not only reacting on a personal level but also dealing with the legal and ethical implications of what's happening. If Drew's attack ties into the earlier case of Judge Heron's death, Alexis could be pulled in even deeper than she expects. All of this builds toward one thing, a criminal news story that spreads like wildfire across Port Charles. The residents of this city are no strangers to chaos, but spoilers promise that this particular incident will stand out, leaving everyone unsettled. The combination of a murdered judge and a potentially brutal attack on Drew paints the picture of a much larger conspiracy at play. If Drew is indeed the victim, the investigation will be far from simple. It's not just about who wanted him gone, but also about what secrets his enemies were trying to bury in the process. This raises another question. Even if Drew survives the attack, and odds are he might, at least long enough to keep the story alive, what kind of shape will he be in afterward? General Hospital has made it clear in recent weeks that Drew is heading toward some kind of downfall. Survival won't mean freedom. It will mean suffering, consequences, and perhaps the painful realization that his own actions have finally caught up with him. Anna, Dante, and Chase will be leading the charge in terms of the investigation, but the entire canvas of Port Charles will feel the weight of this storyline. Suspicions will fly, accusations will be thrown, and loyalties will be tested. This is the kind of plot that reshuffles relationships and sets up months of drama, because once the truth about who targeted Drew comes out, it's bound to create shockwaves that no one can easily recover from. What's especially compelling here is that the writers are blending two separate threads together: the mysterious death of Judge Heron and the growing danger surrounding Drew. While one might seem like a standalone twist, it's more than likely these two stories are interconnected. Port Charles has a way of pulling characters together in surprising ways, and if both crimes end up tied to the same web of deceit, the fallout could be even greater. Fans should prepare for high drama, raw emotions, and plenty of suspense in the weeks ahead. The 911 call is just the spark that ignites the fire. Once that call is made and Anna and Dante arrive on the scene, everything changes. Secrets will be exposed, lies will be revealed, and the hunt for a criminal will keep everyone on edge. Drew Kane's Whodunit is coming, and Port Charles will never be the same once it begins. The only question is, who will be exposed when the dust finally settles?